Hi guys, I'm Lynn with Katie Lynn's Creations. I hope everybody is doing well. We're going to talk about some of the basics that you need. You're waiting for your machine to come in and you're new. What do you start with? What are some of the basics that you need? So we're going to cover kind of that real quickly and get you started. So if you like the content, please like and subscribe for more things, and let's get started. So what do you need? So you're going to need some tweezers. You're going to need a little bitty brush or brushes. You can find them. I have that one. And then I found these. Oh, get it open. There's a little bitty thing, different styles and stuff. That's a little cloth to wipe things off if you need to. You can get those at a cute little quilt store. Okay. Also a can of air to kind of help blow some of the lint and stuff off that the thread produces. If you're going to do applique, you're going to need applique scissors. If you can see, these are curved scissors compared to the straight ones. So these help you not get in a underneath. Cut the applique around if you're going to do that on shirts. Then also a simple ruler. You might want to measure or do some measuring. A rotary cutter and a mat. If you don't have that stuff, you may. I don't know what you do have and don't have. Then there's stabilizer. So there are different kinds of stabilizers. There is tearaway, and you can order these in different sizes. They are on Amazon. And this tears, that's why they call it tearaway. Okay, tearaway, you're going to need some of that. This is a little bit more expensive because it is pre-cut, but it saves time. And then if you're going to do hats, they have hat sizes. This is a 4.5 by 8, and I am getting this up from All Stitch. So there's those. These are for your caps. Gotta be silly sometimes. Life is too short. And then there is cutaway, which will not tear. Okay, so you have to cut it. And normally you're going to want to use cutaway with stretchy materials. Any stretchy materials, you're going to use a cutaway, or for like the children's shirts, or for no-show, you're going to use a poly mesh no-show. And this is, I don't know if you can see it, it is a little bit different texture. You can get it where it's iron-on or not. This is not. I prefer to use a spray. And so what I do is I turn my shirt inside out and I spray this, which is 504 temporary adhesive. I use that, kind of smooth it out, make sure it's iron, and turn it back to the right side, kind of iron it down, make sure it's smooth, and then I'm ready to hoop. Then we also have, with the children, you're going to use the no-show mesh, poly mesh, and then it's itchy and scratchy sometimes, and so you're going to want tender touch. It is an iron-on, so after you have it all cut out and ready to go, you put this on top and you iron it down so that it's soft to the skin. So That's for children or anybody that might have allergic or reaction to things that are a little bit more rough. Then there is also what we call solvy, and this is the topping, and you're going to put this on stuff like your towels or your t-shirts or anything that's stretchy where the stitches will sink in, and this keeps them up above the material so they don't sink in and disappear. So now on certain things you may, if there's something that you're working on like a binky or something fabric, then you want to maybe do a knockdown stitch around first, then put your wording down. But this is the topping solvy for putting on top of things that are going to sink into the fabric. Then I would also say that for in the hoop projects or freestanding lace, if you're planning on doing something like this little guy here is Let It Snowman, and he was done in the hoop, which then you're going to need a wash away stabilizer. So, and you can get this at Joann's as well. So this is a wash away stabilizer. You can't see it because it's still packaged, but wash away. So, because what happens is you put this in instead of stabilizer. So I put 2 layers in, and then you embroider your design. You take it out of the hoop, cut around the item, and then you take warm water and go around it, which then dissolves this stabilizer, but it's a wash away. So you might want this. Then if you're going to do applique, you're going to want your fabric, and then your applique, you don't have to use the heat and bond. Sorry, a message came through. You don't have to use the heat and bond, but what it does is when you're trimming out your applique, it helps so it doesn't fray as much. It's a little bit easier to cut. And then you can iron it on after the shirt's all done, and it sticks, and so it kind of washes and wears better that way. So what you need to do for the appliques, or you're going to need to get what they call heat and bond light. Okay, heat and bond light. And what you do is you iron this onto your fabric, and then you're going to peel the white side off, and then you put it down, the machine appliques it on, and then you trim it, and then you let it do the satin stitch, and then you iron it at the end. So if you're going to do appliques, you need this. Then I would also recommend this as well as for tension, and this will check the upper and lower tension. So on your tensions, your lower tensions, like your bobbins, you're going to want to be running for certain threads, different things. So for your everyday, you want your bottom tension to be at 22 to 24 GFs is what this says. Caps, you're going to want it to be at 25. So you're going to check your bobbin cases, and I would check periodically because through all the motion, things can change. So I periodically, every 4th or 5th one, I will check the tension to make sure that everything is still going well. Now on the top, depending on what you're using, you are going to use rayon, you're going to want to be at 150. If you're going to use poly thread, you're going to be at 170. If you're going to be at frosted matted, 170, and metallics, 180. So I use this more on the bobbin than I do the upper, but when you start having problems, it's nice to have this little option. Then, if you want other options for hoops, I've seen people asking about the magnetic mighty hoops. I have one so far. It is the 8x9. Hello, cheese. There's shadows in the pictures. But so we have magnetic hoop where I ordered mine from. It was about $150 plus shipping, but I told them that I had a buy machine from China. They gave me the right brackets. They come off, you put them on when you get them, and it works wonderfully. It makes it quick, it makes it easy to hoop items. I'm hoping to find some on Alibaba to see if I can find them a little bit cheaper than $150. Then, of course, you always want a few pins, because if you want to print out your design and pin it to the shirt, so you want to figure out where you want your item to sit whenever you're monogramming or something, you can pin it on and then put your hoop on to get placement. So there's that. Then also big threads. Madeira is this thread. This is the poly. They do have rayon and other things. So larger threads last a little bit longer. And so hopefully this will help you get started with some of the things you need to get the basics up and running. And of course you're going to need some blanks, or there's another thing that, hang on, I wanted to show you for like doing your designs and stuff. Sorry, I should have thought of this. So for doing your designs and stuff, there's felt that you can get at Hobby Lobby to do a sample, 79 cents, or you can go and buy a yard of felt at Hobby Lobby and cut it to size. And that is what I did, because it was a little bit cheaper to do it myself. And I made them a little bit bigger to the size I want, because I wanted it to fit in my mighty hoop. The felt that you get at Hobby Lobby or Joann's didn't quite fit. It's a little bit short. So, but you can use these to do a sample of your design. If you're going to want to sell t-shirts, then you just do your design, fold it up, and then get yourself some lights when you get to that point and stuff, so that you can take good pictures. That's very important. So also you can get backdrops on Amazon, and so you can take better pictures. So hang on just a minute, let me show you this that I got. So I found these on Amazon. So it is hanging on the wall, or you can take it off and lay it on the floor. And of course, you know, my light here, sorry, for taking pictures so that you don't have shadows. Then another thing you might consider down the road is a heat press. I just got this. It's not a necessity, but it definitely can make things a little bit quicker. And so that's something I just added to my things to work with. Also, there's bobbins. So you can get the pre-wound bobbins, and stuff for our machine. You can, okay. So you can also get the pre-wound bobbins with magnets, all right, that will work on our machines, okay? They are expensive, but winding the bobbins on the bobbin winder that they gave us is not, I don't like it. So I want convenience, I want to save time, so a little extra money, okay? If you use these, you need to make sure that in your bobbin case there's a little like washer thing in there, and you need to take that out, because what happens, that little washer is a back lash. And so what happens, so if every now and then your machine goes along and then that bobbin has a backlash, and that keeps it from doing it. And that's what the magnets are for in these bobbins. So that would be another thing for you to consider when you are getting your stuff together. Also, this is kind of a little trick that I started for myself, printing out the designs. Now, not all designs come with this. Some do, some don't. But it has the sequence in it. You can write on that, and like if you have the mirror wisdom, top wisdom, like me, you'll have to, for applique, you'll have to put an F where you want it to stop and pull out, because when you're in automatic it won't stop and it keeps going and keep going, and so then you'll just have to automatically stop it. With the F function, that puts a stop there. The hoop comes out, then you can trim it and hit it again, it pulls the hoop back in and starts the next sequence. So you could write here F, 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 that way you know. If you're doing applique, you could stick your fabric little swatches in so you know what fabrics that you need to pull out. And then, you know, you can put this in a notebook. And when you pull out that design, you know, write down your thread colors, what you used. So I think this could be a positive for you guys as well. So those are some of the basics to get you started with what you need when your machine arrives. So I hope this helped. I hope everybody is blessed. Thank you for watching. I appreciate your support. If you like the content, hit like and subscribe. I'm trying to reach 1,000 subscribers so that I can go live on my phone. It makes it a little bit easier to film. So anyway, I'm Lynn. Thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Be blessed, and thank you. Good night. Bye.